Hey y'all, welcome to Rice and Crafts. Today I'm going to do a tutorial that I was asked, probably 6 or 8 months ago to do. And that is how I color my digis. So let's get started. I'm going to be using my Spectrum Noirs. I'm still not real fancy with them, but I'm learning, so I'm going to pull out some colors here. That I'm thinking about using. And I think I'm going to use okay, so to start with, I'm going to do her face, and this is going to be probably turn out to be a really long video, and I do not know how to fast forward, so sorry, but you're just kind of going to have to deal with it. So I'm using FS2 and FS6 for her skin. I always do the skin first, and I'm not going to do a lot of blending. So I'm going to just lay down some color. And I'm not too worried if I get a little bit of color in her hair at this point, because it's going to be darker. Okay. And I'm going to do her neck quick while I'm down here. Okay.
That's right. You go up the hill a little bit, and there's David's Bridal, and they're down by AT&T. Right next to the AT&T store out there.
In that mall with in the mall with Best Buy.
No, it's not in that mall. It's one across the street on the left.
Okay. And I'm going to do her arm.
Right next to that.
And her little foot here. Now, there's one thing that I like about this particular doll here, is you could color it one of two ways. You could color it like she's wearing leggings, or you could color it like she's wearing little socks. Either way. Alright. So now I'm going to bring in the FS6, and I'm going to flick color in for her cheeks.
Because if she dilates my eyes, there's no way I can grocery shop.
Just like that. And then I'll come back in with the FS2 and just kind of blend that, so her blush looks a little bit more natural here. I'm going to bring in a little bit more color. And I'm sorry about moving it around, but that's kind of how I do it.
Hi. How are you? That's my mom. How are you?
And I just kind of, you know,
Where's the ball?
blend everybody together.
Where's the ball?
And I tend to do more circular coloring than flicks or any other method here. Now, I go ahead and do 2 layers of color on all the skin tone, because when I come back in and blend out the blush it deepens the face tone a little bit. So I match everything up. Alright, and then I'm done with my flesh tones. So I'm going to put those away. The next thing I'm going to do is her hair, guys. So for golden blonde, I have TN2, which is tan 2, and GB5, which is golden brown 5. So I'm going to come in with my light.
But I think Andy's outside.
And I'm just going to pull that down. So I'm just, and I pulled it off camera again. I'm sorry. I just put down a base color here.
I don't see her, and he's got to go out. So you be good. Go. Go.
And I'm trying really hard not to get color on the headband or her ear, which I didn't do. So I'm going to grab my colorless blender and push that back. Where it belongs. Alright, so let's continue laying our color down. And for those of you who are wondering, this is a Digistamp. This is I think she's Birthday Cake Marcy. I'm not sure. But there will be a list of supplies and measurements. Well, not so much measurements. There's going to be no measurements. But supplies that I used on my blog. And I will make sure that her correct name gets put on there. She is a La La Land Crafts design Digistamp. And she's just... I just printed her off of my regular printer with... This is just on some Georgia Pacific paper. And I just come in and I'm just going to put some, you know, lines and some spots of GB5 in here. And I'm just literally going to, I'm not coloring it in completely. I'm just flicking a little bit of that color in. I do want a little bit of splotchiness. You know, I think we might need just a little bit more. Color here. So I'm going to throw in a little EB2.
RN. Should be 3 boxes, whatever. Two.
And I'm not too worried about coloring outside the lines here, because I'm going to cut her out.
Somebody come through my line this week with,
And I'm going to grab the TN2 and just do another coat, kind of blend these colors together a little bit.
I don't know how many carbs in that container, but that one's only got like 9 carbs. Good. Hey.
Sorry about the dog barking. Alright, there we go. So, now I'm going to put my browns away here. And the next thing I'm going to do is, well, first of all, I'm going to clean this headband up a little bit. And I got a little spot there that needs to be cleaned up. I really love this colorless blender, because it kind of erases oopses. Now, if that was a dark color, it's not going to clean up so well. Okay, so next I'm going to work on her dress and the cake, and I'm going to use a combination of BT4, BT2, I've got BT5 as well, and I think I might throw in BT1. And I'm just using this extra space outside of my image here to kind of play with and see how we're gonna do it. Okay, I know I want the dress to be BT2 and BT4. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take BT2 and I'm gonna color in the majority of her dress. And then things like the bow and the trim I'm going to do in the BT, what did I say, 4? So that means I can be a little more careless with the coloring. And I'm going to color her shoes BT2. There we go. And then BT4, I'm going to come in and I'm going to color her little collar and her bow. Presley.
That was me. Quiet.
In the trim here. go. Okay, her headband I'm going to do in, okay, sorry about that, guys. I'm going to color her headband in the BT4. I like to do, if they've got hair accessories, I like to do those with the same color as I do the accents, because then it prevents one color from, you know, taking over. And then down here on her shoes, she's got little bows, and I'm going to do the bows and her ruffle on the bottom of her legging. And then because we've got a breakup with the trim, I'm going to do BT2 for the leggings. Okay, and then I'm going to grab the True Black, and I'm going to do the bottom of her high heel in black. Okay. Now for her cake, I'm going to put TB2 away because there's a lot of TB2 already. So, I'm going to use TB1 as a base color here because it's super light. And I like doing it that way so you don't have to color around each individual little piece. And I'm going to color this top here like that. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take TB5 and I'm going to fill in the holes on the bow here. On the fondant. And then I'm going to color the rest of the bows in TB4 because I just wanted there to be a light shadow on the inside of the piece of bow. Okay. Now I'm going to fill in these big circles here with TB4. Okay, and then I'm going to put TB4 away. And I'm going to take TB1 and I'm going to color this middle panel. I hadn't originally intended to do it that way, but that's the way I think I want it to work out. Okay, so now these big trim pieces here, I'm going to do in the TB5. And then I'm going to come in and fill in every other stripe here. Like that. Alright, now I'm going to grab I think I want IG2. I'm going to grab my little color here. Yep, I want IG2. And for those of you who have the Spectrum Noir markers and don't know, you can get a color chart from SpectrumNoirAmerica.com, I think it is. So I'm going to use IG2 to do the cake plate. It's going to give a silver look. And that is from the Ice Gray family. Okay, now I'm going to take BT1 again, and I'm just going to do another layer of this color here, just to bring it out a little bit more. There we go. Alright guys, and then the only thing I have left are her lips, and I think I'm going to use I'm not sure which of these two I want. I'm going to use PP3, which is Pale Pink 3. To just give her lips a little color. And that is my finished piece. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see y'all next time.